Stephen Curry exits Game 1. With hamstring injury, Warriors playoff? Hopes take a gut punch. In a moment that sent a collective gasp rippling through the basketball world, Golden State Warriors icon Stephen Curry was forced out of Game 1 in the Western Conference Semifinals against the Minnesota Timberwolves with a left hamstring injury, an ominous blow to the Warriors' playoff ambitions. The incident occurred late in the second quarter, a moment that felt like the air being let out of the building for Golden State fans watching from afar. Curry, the lifeblood of the Warriors dynasty, had just executed one of his signature floaters, a soft runner that found the bottom of the net to extend the Warriors' lead to 27-20. But even as the bucket fell, something was clearly off. Curry winced, slightly limping back on defense while clutching the back of his left leg. Moments later, with the expression of a man who knew something wasn't right, he signaled to the bench for a substitution. The 11-time All-Star and 2-time MVP walked straight to the locker room at the next dead ball, bypassing the bench entirely. The official word came down before halftime. Stephen Curry would not return for the remainder of the game due to a left hamstring strain. At 37 years old, Curry has remained the engine behind the Warriors' playoff push, defying time with his conditioning, craft, and clutch gene. He left the game with 13 points on 5 of 9 shooting in just 13 minutes, more than enough to show he was in rhythm before disaster struck. His absence cast a long shadow over the rest of the night, as Golden State was left to recalibrate without its leader. A marathon, not a sprint, but what's left in the tank? The injury comes at a cruel time. Just 48 hours earlier, Curry had poured everything he had into a grueling 46-minute performance in Game 7 against the Houston Rockets, where he helped propel Golden State out of the Western Conference play-in, and then through a first-round slugfest against the number 2-seeded Rockets. That 7-game battle wasn't just physical, it was cerebral, intense, and unrelenting. That was one of the toughest defenses I've ever faced, Curry admitted after that victory. They were picking me up at half court. The physicality was next level. Every pattern we usually thrive on. They disrupted it. Curry wasn't exaggerating. Throughout that series, Houston threw everything but the kitchen sink at him. Full court pressure, junk defenses, box-and-one schemes. He navigated it all, but the toll was visible. Fatigue, a tightly wrapped right thumb due to an ongoing injury, and now a tweaked hamstring. Kerr's gamble. Backfires? In the lead-up to Game 1, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr was asked about managing fatigue with such a quick turnaround. His response was defiant. "I'm not really on guard for fatigue," Kerr said. "We're excited to be here. I think we'll be ready to play." That optimism may now look a bit premature. During the Rockets series, Kerr had shown signs of load management, benching his stars early in Game 5 to conserve energy. But ahead of this semifinal opener in Minnesota, he made it clear there would be no holding back. "I don't think we have the luxury of resting," Kerr said just hours before tip-off. "This isn't a situation where we're trying to save ourselves for the next one. We've got to go full tilt." In hindsight, maybe that mentality needed more nuance. After playing heavy minutes against relentless defenders in Houston and getting just one day of rest, Curry's body may have simply hit its limit. The numbers don't lie. During the regular season, the Warriors were 41-29 with Curry in the lineup. Without him, a middling 7-5. That's the difference between a title contender and a team simply trying to stay afloat. Curry's on-court gravity is unmatched. Even when he doesn't touch the ball, his movement creates space, forces double teams, and tilts defenses. His absence leaves a gaping void in Golden State's offense, one that simply can't be filled by plug-and-play options. Yes, the Warriors still have veterans, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, but none command the defensive attention or provide the instant offense that Curry delivers. every possession without him becomes a little more labored, a little less dangerous. A team on the brink? Golden State's playoff run had already felt like a race against time. The core of this dynasty is older, battle-worn, and entering the twilight of its championship window. Curry's injury feels like the kind of plot twist that turns dreams into what-ifs. Without their leader, the Warriors now face a Minnesota squad that is younger, deeper, and extremely physical, especially on their home floor. Anthony Edwards has blossomed into a star, and Rudy Gobert anchors one of the best defenses in the league. They'll smell blood in the water if Curry misses any extended time. What's next? The severity of Curry's hamstring strain is still unclear. Soft.